Hello friends, and greetings to you from Republic of Cyprus, southern Cyprus, and namely its capital, which is in English called Nicosia. And now this is the central bus station of this city, and now I am about to go to the northern part of this island, which is called Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, and I'll be trying to find a bus which goes to Kyrenia, or as far as I have heard in Turkish they call Girne. And my Rome to Rio app said that I might be able to find somewhere there some bus which goes straight to Kyrenia from from the Greek-speaking side of Nicosia. If it's true, it will be easy. If not, I'll be going there and crossing the border on my feet, and I'll be looking for a bus station on the northern side. It definitely should be somewhere, because the north side is quite poor and the public transport is used a lot, so they definitely must have a lot of buses. My app said that it's every hour, which is nice. Let's see and find out if we can find any information here somewhere, or if not, we can ask somebody. Not too much information, but I think this might technically be the same bus station, maybe? Could it be? Just across a couple streets they have more platforms here, because that part was very small. So in that case it might be that information is in the counter of that other station, which I thought was other station, but which probably is the same. And what's here? There's some tableau. The tableau, of course, is showing you the same thing as always. A week ago it was showing that it's not available. So if it hasn't become available, and that's taxi, so that's probably won't be any help for us either. If during 1 week this website didn't become available, meaning the tableau of bus timetables, then probably it won't for the foreseeable future. Anyway, let's go and find out. That's probably some shop or cafe or something. Let's go to the counter in that part of the bus station. It probably is just one single bus station. They just have a few flat platforms across this street. So the man in the counter was very nice, very kind, very helpful and very funny at the same time. He said, I was asking, where can I find buses to Kyrenia? He was looking at me, smiling and saying, nowhere. And I was asking, what do you mean nowhere? Nowhere, there are no buses to Kyrenia. And then he explained that I have to cross the border on foot, and then I'll have to find a bus somewhere in the north side of Nicosia. And I was asking him, maybe he knows where approximately is the bus station in the north side. And he said, no, he have no clue about what's on that side of the border. He has never been there in his life. I was asking why, like, isn't he curious about what's on the other side? He said, yeah, he is curious, but it wouldn't feel too good for him. So I understand it's quite sad topic, and I didn't want to press him to tell about these things, so that's about it. But he said also one other funny thing, which I hope is not true. He asked if I have the COVID vaccination certificate, and I said yes, I do. And then he said that the Turkish side doesn't recognize international vaccination certificates, so I will have to make a PCR test and find a pharmacy somewhere here on this side to make that test. So I have two reasons why I hope that this might be wrong. One reason is that a couple days ago, I crossed already in the northern part, and they did ask me for that vaccination certificate, and they accepted it without issue. But of course, you know, with these officials, you never know. You might just happen to have a nice person who had a good mood on that day and he accepted it, and in 5 minutes you can have a different person behind that window, and he's just been arguing with his wife before coming to work, and he is not accepting anything from anybody. So these things can happen, of course. But one thing which gives me some more hope is that he was the man, when I was crossing the border the other day, I heard on the neighboring window one other tourist was told by the official in the border control that they need a certificate, and the test is not okay. Test is not enough. You can't just cross with a test, you need a vaccination. So if he was saying that kind of sentence, so I hope that it's not true about the test and not accepting the vaccination. Plus, usually all countries do accept European official vaccinations. I have yet to find or hear a case where it wasn't accepted. In some countries they state, like Iran for example, they state very openly on the first page that vaccination gives no benefits whatsoever in their border crossing procedures. So that's their take on the thing. Probably showing a long nose to all American policies or whatever is the motivation for that, I don't know. But in any case, that's one reason why I hope it might be wrong. And another reason was that he didn't have to know these things, and he had never crossed this border in his life himself. So I guess he might be not very well informed. And just the fact that he's saying something, it doesn't mean it will be. So, let's go and find out. Hopefully we get across the border without any issues, like the last time. And if that's the case, it should be all smooth ride from there. Well, I shouldn't expect that. But yeah, I hope for that. That I should be able to find place where the buses stop and go in my journey. I was already kind of suspicious a little bit about this Rome to Rio app when it said it actually showed the exact stop where I went in the beginning of this video. But it was already a little bit suspicious when it showed that the buses are going from this side, because why should they cross the border? It was suspicious already, so I didn't have very high hopes that I will find some bus there. But as I had such information, I thought it doesn't harm to look, especially since it was just literally across the street. Yeah, friends, so I think I won't be looking for any pharmacies to make PCR tests, to wait for the results. Who knows when that will happen, next day maybe sooner. And then later to find out that this PCR test is not needed, especially when I have no risk whatsoever. I'm not losing my bus ticket or train ticket or plane ticket or whatever if I don't have some documents. I just walk in, and if I need some other document I walk back, and before that happens I don't see any reason to spend time, money, hassle for any PCR tests. Okay, friends, while we are chatting, we have already walked all the length of Lira Street, and here we see already the border crossing checkpoint of the Greek side. Well, Greek. I shouldn't say Greek, probably. Greek-speaking Republic of Cyprus side. Would that be the correct politically non-offending term? Which should I use? I don't know. I hope. Sorry guys if I offend anybody, you understand. It wasn't intended. I wonder, are these all the names of the villages for the northern part of Cyprus, which were annexed in the 70s? Who knows? So, the Lira Street, that's the no man's land where I'm in now, the buffer zone between the two borders, the Greek speaking and Turkish speaking. If you want to see a little bit more, I was explaining a tiny bit more about this and showing you back and forth how I was crossing on my other video about northern Nicosia or Lefkosa. But yeah, they took my passport. Last time the man even didn't say hello. He just took my passport, scanned it and threw back to me. This time he said hello, he talked a little bit. He scanned the passport, he asked about if I have vaccine. And when I said I want to show him, he wasn't interested to look. Perhaps he was just making sure that I have it because the Turkish side will ask for it. So that's the Turkish side. Happy days, my friends. I didn't notice that I haven't forbidden zone. That's an interesting sign. I shouldn't take a picture of it because the policemen are looking. From both sides they were looking at me if I will take a picture of it. Probably it's forbidden. So friends, happy days. We are in the Turkish side, the northern side of Nicosia. And it was quite simple. The Turkish border guard, Turk Cypriot border guard, by name of Hussein somebody, I don't remember, and I shouldn't say it probably anyway. He was nice and calm, and he looked at my passport. He did indeed ask for the vaccination, but he accepted the vaccination and didn't ask for a test. So it really was true that what the man in the bus station said, it was wrong. So that's another confirmation of the same old good truth. but never believe to one information. Ask for more confirmations, and when you see at least 3 independent sources of information saying you the same thing, only then you can kind of believe that it hopefully should be true. But you cannot be sure even then. That's my kind of main rule for travel. And it gets confirmed again and again, like this time you saw it. Okay friends, let's look for a bus station. I have no clue where it is, and I have a good suspicion that there will be no station, just a place where old beaten up buses are stopping on some street. But we'll see, we have to see it. So I asked one person, she didn't know. She was immediately asking her colleague, and he did know. It is this street. Turn right at the end of this street and walk for a moment. 3 or 5 minutes, he said, will be the bus station. And also I learned from him how to say thank you, teşekkürler, in Turkish. I knew it before, but I had already forgotten it. So I was able to say him thank you in Turkish. Nice, it should be somewhere, who knows where, somewhere here. And we'll see if there will be big buses or just some small, like these. I have no clue, but we'll find out. Probably not like these, because no, they have too few seats inside. They will definitely be the ones which are meant to be packed with people, I think. Remember guys, we are not in Europe anymore, although we are on the same island. We are in Asia, or in Middle East, depending how you classify. And yes, it is not only some iPhone apps which say it, also the local people is saying it. At least in, I don't know what they would say in Turkish part. Maybe it's a different story. Maybe Turkish wants to be Europeans the same way as Georgians and Armenians want to be Europeans. And maybe they would say that they are Europe. But the Greek side, Cypriots, they are saying, well, at least the ones which I was talking to, they were saying, oh, it's a completely different world. It is not Europe, it's Asia, Asia, as they say. Okay, this is the place which I actually missed. I was looking on the map when I came back home the other day when I was walking through the northern Nicosia, and I noticed that I missed this central square. Now friends, we got to see this one as well. And I think something around here could be bus stop, but I don't see a place for buses. I'll ask for somebody. Ask to somebody, I should say, probably. I just remembered a bit crazy thing. I forgot to turn off my phone signal, my internet roaming, because we are not in European Union anymore, and internet in your mobile here with your Irish SIM card is terribly expensive, and I don't want to suck out all the money from my top-up. I might need it one day, so I turned it off. So friends, no mobile internet from this day on for a few months. I already downloaded a few things which I thought I might need for my offline life. From now on I will have internet only in my hostels, or if I choose to stay in some country for a longer time, I actually might buy a local SIM card, and then I might have local internet in my phone. Oh, somebody is calling us for the prayer, obviously. And I just found out from local vendors where is the bus station. I had to go further, so it wasn't exactly 3 to 5 minutes, as it usually happens. That's normal, that's okay. 3 to 5 minutes can be 10 to 15 easily. That's all fine. We just have to keep going. And where this street ends on the right side should be buses to Girne. There will be buses on the right and the left, but on the right side should be Girne. And also I learned a few more things. Hello is merhaba, or marhaba. Merhaba, I think he said, which also I knew from my previous time in Turkey, but I had forgotten already. So I know merhaba, which is hello. I know teşekkürler, which is thank you. And also my usual way for asking things, I can actually share it with you. The less words you use, the better the result. That's my tip for asking things. For example, if I'm asking where is the bus station for Girne, well, in this case, actually, it was important to know that in Turkish it's called Girne. In English and in Greek it's Kyrenia. But if I called that city Kyrenia here, I assume it might be offending. You know all these things. They call it Girne. So I have to know how to pronounce that city name. So I need Girne. And when I ask, even if I know more words in the Turkish, which is not my case now, when I ask, I try to use as few words as possible and speak out these few words with pauses in between. So in this case, when I'm asking the bus station, I don't try to put together a whole sentence. Could you tell me please where is the bus station to Girne? No. I just say otobus Girne. 2 words with a pause in between. So otobus is bus. That's a useful thing to know. And I don't need to know what is station. Is there a station at all, or they stop on some street? Who cares? I need bus. So otobus Girne. So, and it's clear what I want. It's obviously visible that I'm a tourist, I'm a foreigner, I don't speak the language. And when I say otobus Girne, it is clear that I don't speak the language, and they don't start speaking long sentences to me in Turkish which I don't understand. That's how I save me from that confusion. Because when they see that I'm talking like this, it obviously shows that's something nice. Cool. That obviously shows that I don't know the language. I know only these 2 words, otobus Girne. And maybe before that I can say merhaba. Or if it would be useful to learn how to say excuse me. That's another useful word to know. And thankful is probably the most useful word. With that word you can do wonders in any country, even if you don't know any other word. Because when you're thanking people, they always want to help you, even they don't quite understand what you want. Nice. I'm looking on this building and smiling. Cool. Okay, so when I say otobus Girne, it is clear. I say bus Girne. They know the word Girne. It's a city. Autobus, so obviously I'm trying to find a bus to Girne. And it's not important if it's a bus station, if it's what, no matter. He understands that I want to get to Girne, and I want to get there by bus, not by taxi. or something else expensive like shuttle bus or whatever. So that's the easiest way, in my opinion. And when you talk like this, you save yourself from unpleasant situation when they speak their language quickly, fast, in long sentences, and you don't get anything of it. And then you're looking to him and don't know what to say. But when I say like this, 2-3 words with pauses in between, I immediately give the message to the person that I don't speak the language. There's no point in speaking Turkish to me in long sentences. So immediately it gives the same kind of attitude to him, that instead of starting to explain in long sentences, he is showing with gestures. He's saying some separate words, which some of them I might guess, like stop, for example, or whatever, which might be kind of international word, or autobus, for example. It's pretty obvious what it means. It's autobus. In many other languages it's the same. So yeah, quite clear and obvious. So you can easily find your way around, especially in the situations which are predictable and understandable. For example, if I want to find a bus station, or if I want to buy something, it's usually pretty obvious what I want as soon as I can say a couple words. And then with gestures, with some ways, they can always explain me, and I can kind of confirm with other gestures, and at the end I can say teşekkürler, thank you. And that was a nice conversation instead of awkward, uneasy situation. So that's my kind of short expromptu tip about how to speak in any place where you don't know the language and they don't know any of your languages. You know what, friends? There is a tourist information center in this fortification building. I'm exactly on the city walls, just going out of the central city, but it looks like it will be closed. What do you think? It's too much COVID for tourists? I know there's somebody inside. I probably just need to go around. Let's do it. I want the tourist information center because I have one specific question about PCR tests. Where is the cheapest place where I can get them? Sometimes their prices can be very different. So let's find out. Okay, I need a mask. It was funny how I was trying to put on my mask when the workers themselves were outdoors without any masks and without caring about any masks. Yeah, I found out that the PCR test prices are everywhere the same. It won't be different prices, so good to know. It means I can take any of them and will be the same, because sometimes they can be a huge difference in price. Like in North Macedonia, I found something, I don't remember exactly, but something like half the normal price or even less. Okay, so it's 14 Turkish lira, which is something ridiculous. I was asking her 2 times, is it 14, not 40? 1-4, really? And she said yes. So what would it be like if 4 liras was 30 something, I don't remember, then here 14 would be how much? A little bit less than 4 times. It's something like, what could it be? It's €1.40 maybe? Really? It can't be. In Europe it was sometimes around €100. That's why I never made them normally. But now I have one reason why I would. and I heard that these are very cheap here. So we'll see. Maybe it will be very cheap and easy. But anyway, I need to find ATM machine before I look for bus. But this is the place where the buses stop. Not exactly bus station, but bus stops on this street. And they continue there. But I need somewhere here. Let's find where we can find some ATM machine. Maybe in that petrol station. No, they didn't have ATM machines. But I'm happy to see that they are very relaxed with all the mask things. Nobody's wearing them inside even. Probably in buses they will. We'll see. But yes, they didn't have ATM machine here. But he said that somewhere here and to the left I will have Belchi or something supermarket which will have ATM machine in it. And it will be nice to take out some money through ATM in the local currency, because I want to keep my euros for the special need when I don't have any ATMs near. Let's keep them in paper, hidden away. And let's try to get some Turkish liras out of my bank card. And it's interesting that even younger people don't really speak English here, as far as I see them now. Probably it doesn't count for everybody, but these petrol station staff, they both were young guys. One of them couldn't tell anything in English. Another was looking for words in the pocket, trying to say 5 different times 2 words to glue them together to say something. So it is worth learning Turkish if you're staying here, probably. But I don't know, maybe it's just here in Lefkosa, maybe in Girne. I'm trying to switch my brain to call that place Girne, not Kyrenia. In Girne, probably that will be a more touristy place. So I guess more people speaking English there. But I don't know. We'll live and we'll see. Is that supermarket somewhere near? It looks like there is some parking lot. And in that case, it might be. No, it's some government building or something. So, aha, Belchen, don't remember. That's it on the far end of that street. Can you see it as well? Probably. Good news. I know, by the way, that Cyprus means Cyprus in Turkish, and it is Cyprus, not Kibris. Cyprus. Let's see where the ATM machine is. And by the way, it's useful to know that ATM machine is in many countries called bankomat. Here it's the same case. They didn't understand when they have masks inside, so I'll maybe put mine on as well. I didn't see any ATM machine inside, and I didn't see it on that side in the wall from outside either, but it doesn't look like it might be here. What do you think, friends? No, doesn't look like that. So probably I should be... Oh! Look at this, guys. Bankomatic. Bankomatic. That must be the same thing. What do you think? I actually didn't know. I was saying to them bankomat, but they caught immediately what I meant with that. Because in countless other countries and languages, yes, friends, that's exactly what we need. Cool. In countless other languages and countries where I have been, they call this thing bankomat. and maybe they put an ending at the end or whatever, but bankomat. And I was asking him for bankomat. When I said ATM, he couldn't understand what I mean. And when I said bankomat, he immediately recognized what I meant. But they call it bankamatic. Bankamatic. Okay, good to know. Let's go at it. So we need English. Then we need PIN. I won't show you that. I think you will understand me. And cash withdrawal. It's nice, it's even in English. And even you can withdraw euros. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't expect that. I need liras, of course. And in this case I'll take receipt, which I usually don't. And I need 200 or 250. Let's try 200. Maybe I'll survive these days with the 200. And if I see that it will be difficult, so what is that? Fee markup rate 8%. That's crazy. Okay. And they're bragging that their rate is less by 2%. And it's still 8%. Do not leave Bankamatic. It's very slow. At least it gave my card back, that's good. And it will give me some colored papers. Right? Right. So, not too good rate. It might actually be more cost effective to exchange paper money in the exchange offices, money exchanges. But okay, I need that money for later. And I think I might buy here something to change these funny papers which lose their value by the weeks. I'll exchange one of them to smaller pieces, and I'll buy something to eat on my journey. So I just got now these kind of colored papers. I wonder, can I sit down somewhere and show them to you? The wind is not too strong. So that's the 50 one. That's the 21. And what's on the other side? Another face. And there on the other side was another face. And that is the tenor. So friends, I have something to eat, and I have some change, some smaller money, just in case the bus driver wouldn't like if I give him 100. And we'll now go and look for our buses to Girne. Is that the Ataturk himself? Looks like he is Ataturk. Okay. Will be many Ataturks now probably, which I will see in this country. Now friends, let's try to find out where could we see autobus Girne. It's definitely somewhere here. Everybody tells me so. And let's find out where exactly. And that's Dolmuş. Dolmuş is the basically marshrutka, as far as I know, a shared taxi. And what is this thing? Lefkosa. Not what I need. There is some coming, but it has only some number on it. Yeah, that Dolmuş is to Girne, but I think it will be more expensive than a bus. And I think I saw a bus which said Girne Lefkosa before, earlier. Let's ask that vendor, probably. He might know. So it was very nice and very funny. I was asking to one bus driver about Girne, Autobus Girne, and he immediately honked the horn and stopped this bus, which was already kind of leaving past me. I just don't know how. He didn't stop, I don't know. And it was in the middle of street on the second line, so second lane. But I jumped straight and it opened the door, and it's all good. Yes, Girne and 15 Turkish liras, which means something like €1.20 or something for 1 hour drive. Not bad. Just stopped, and the man who sells tickets came in, and he sells tickets to everybody, and we'll see, we'll go further without him or with him. Initially I didn't understand what to do when I wanted to pay to the driver. He was saying something in Turkish, and I understood that later. I thought maybe I should be paying for the trip when I get out of the bus, like it was in Georgia and Armenia and Ukraine, in marshrutkas. But it turns out no, the ticket man came in after that, and we'll see what we will do now. And yes, we left the ticket man at that booth, and we are just now exiting the city, and off we go. So friends, it looks like we have arrived. Teşekkürler. And here we are in Girne. That was our bus. I actually didn't show it to you, did I? Lefkosa, Girne. And here's as well, Lefkosa, Girne. And yeah, it's very sure now that it's the place where I will be able to take bus when I go back in a couple days time. Okay friends, all good. The trip was easy and nice and no problem whatsoever. And you know guys, what's even better? You see the sky and the clouds. In the forecast it should be raining already like crazy, but it still doesn't rain. The last days were very sunny and they were very, like most of the days I didn't see a single cloud in the sky. But now the forecast said that starting from today it will be rain, rain, rain every day. I think it's just a matter of time with these clouds when we'll get it. Anyway, I'm here in Girne, happily arrived, everything is good, and I wish you friends also all the best in all your ways. And see you in the next video, which I will make about this city, about Girne, or Kyrenia as they call it in Greek and in English. All the best friends.